Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and here I'm working on my 69 Ramblers here, these kits again. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing to change out the tail panel. Here's the one from Missing Wing that comes in their kit, and cutting this all out and gluing it in. Well, this one, I'm most of the way there. So what I did was first I cut out the tail panel that was in there, and then I did some slight shaving. So if I hold this up here like this, you should be able to see where my rough cuts were and where I sanded, okay? So you see how I squared it up. But to start with it, I basically took my X-Acto knife, and I had picked up these photo etch blades from Tamiya. I got these at a swap meet here locally when we had one. One of the vendors was selling these. So not real recent, but I picked them up last time, like a month back. And this is a really nice job. It's very flexible. If you haven't used these before, they're very flexible. So I pretty much just went right in here sideways and made this cut. And then I just went diagonally across the tail light just to get it out of there. Okay. So, but this is very flexible and it can wander on you. So be very careful and just take your time, go slow. Its blade is very sharp and it cuts really well, really fast. So to finish the work there, to square it all up, I did take my X-Acto knife and do a little bit of trimming here. But I also took this Katurk tool here, which came with this fitting or bit here with the diamond blade stuff. And I used it to get quite a bit of it in here. More of the rough shape I wanted. I didn't use it here at all because I wanted to keep that straight. And even though the cut wasn't straight. So I got it all sanded and I got it all thinned out to where it pretty much fits the way I want. Because I want it, well, there we go. Want it to fit like this one does. So, which just taking some careful sanding and shaping and everything. Let's get this one back together here. Because I'll get to this one in a minute here. But getting it all mocked up. So with lots of sanding, and I even took these square reinforced sanding sticks. Believe it or not, these are cool. These I picked up from Scale Finishes right here. Whole bunch of sanding sticks and all these different grits. There's 3 of each. Brown 100, zebra 180, blue 240, which is what this is the 240, yellow 320, and orange 400. So you can do some fine tuning with this, and it's kind of cool, and you can cut it. You use the ends of it. They don't last very long, but they do a great job. So, and I was using it mainly on the sides here to get this thinned out and get that rounded out just a little bit because this tapers. Now I did have to sand the edge here because this was much more square, but I needed it to round out because on the inside it's rounded out, and I found it was pushing the panel out. So now I've got it to the point where it's pretty much ready to glue in, but I'm using the tape to square the trunk lid up, hold the trunk lid, and give me an idea where it's going to need to be to where I want the gaps. Now I may pull it in a little bit farther, but then I can work the gaps again. But now I don't want it too far out if I didn't remove enough material, because I don't want to build the gaps up on the trunk and then have like the bumper doesn't line up. So I got it really where I want it, and I'm really happy with it. But the trunk, having the trunk in there will help you square it up. So I'm pretty much ready to glue this, and so I'll dab the super glue and feed it in from the back and let it. But it's holding right there, and I'm really happy with the way that is going. So we'll try and do this. It bows in a little bit, but the tail panel goes behind it and pushes it out. One thing that I noticed, the inside of the one you cut out has these little lips. That helps tell where to stop. As far as when you put this together, where the lip goes, it tells it where to stop. So you can pull it out, get it tucked up under there. But I have another problem, which I'll address here in a second. And something else I got to work on. There's always something. That's why you test fit a bunch of this stuff. So let's get this ready here. Got a toothpick and my super glue. And I do one side at a time when I'm doing this. So get my dab of super glue and we'll get it right up in here. Get one side ready and then get that to stick. There we go. So that's the one side. And now I'll feed in the other side. Push it out a little bit. Making sure it's nice and square and where I want it. Okay. And now that I got extra, let's get it on this side as well. The first just little bit was just enough to get it to grab so I could see where it is. And then now any of the little gaps that you might see where light comes through it, the super glue will fill it. And then of course primer and everything when you paint it. But the super glue is going to fill those areas, and that's what I'm doing now. And hopefully I don't glue the trunk in place. No, I haven't had that issue. All right. So you see where it is, and I got to adjust the gap here just a little bit. And I'll probably have to adjust the gap here on this side a little bit. But trunk is moving. All right. But that's pretty much, an afternoon of fitting and trial fitting and sanding and fitting and trial fitting and sanding to get it to this point. But that's really the only body mod you really got to do to this thing. One thing I did do is I filled those in and removed them off of the interior tub piece because I want a little bit seamless right there. So I'm working on that. And you can see it on the inside there. So I cut those off of this piece, the interior tub that's in here. All right, and you can kind of see where I used the putty to fill some of the not so great Johan casting in there because there's a bunch of little holes there because it's really thin. One of my chassis is actually missing this whole center section right here. So that's kind of funny. So got all this glued and mocked up, just getting everything fitted. And one thing I did find right away, now if you can look, there's two ribs on the bottom of that package tray. They're hitting the interior tub. Now it's creating a gap right here and not allowing the trunk to go all the way up and to hold the trunk lid because that kind of needs to sit flat against the hinge portion right there and help hold the trunk in place so you can open and close the trunk. So I've got that gap there. So what that means is I'm going to have to remove this rib right here and flatten it out a little bit, and I need to find out where that is. So that's one of the things that's next. But I did remove those two squares that were right here that tucked into the front. So that's going to be glue holding it in. And I've got the glass kind of mocked in to see exactly where the glass is going to be. It keeps wanting to move forward too far, which exposes the vent window. So I got it lined up with the vent window and the glass kind of lined up and this going where it needs to go, which it also seems to push this down maybe a little bit. But, whether or not that has something to do with it. But I think, it's going to glue in place. And I'll probably move it forward a little bit. I might even have to remove those things and move this rear window back. Not sure yet. But that's one of the areas I need to work on right there too. But as I'm working on these, I just wanted to show you. But there's the panel on the very back that would go up against that and help push that out and square that up. So I also need to figure out where exactly that needs to sit because those stops are not there anymore. But we'll figure that out. Whether or not I need them or not, or once this squares up and all I got to do is glue it, because once I get that to square up and not push out so far, because you can also see it right here. So got a little bit of work to do here and there, and I might have to thin that up a little bit to get the chassis up, but the front seems to work pretty well. So still in the mock-up phases and trying to engineer some of these little things, but I wanted to show you how I remove the tail panel and put this tail panel in place, because that's the only real major body mod that you need to do to this. And you got a lot more body work to do to this, but it's in place. Matter of fact, I think I can remove the tape now. There's really no reason for the tape to be here now that it's glued. Here we go. All right. And then I got tape residue that decided to stick. Low quality tape on this clear Scotch tape. It's not even Scotch brand. I'm not sure what it is. But I needed to see the gap, so I needed clear tape, where normally I would use my masking tape just to help hold something. But I had to use something clear, and that's what I had, low quality. You can see it left a whole bunch of the glue residue on here, so I got to clean that stuff off or smear it off. But, you know, we're not there yet. We're still roughing stuff in. So I have to square that up. But she's looking good. I'm really happy with her. But I figured I'd give you guys a quick little update on getting that cut out and that glued in. So now both of these are ready. As far as that goes, I still got lots more work to do. It's twice as much work doing two of them. But at least the problem solving, you figure it out on one and apply it right to the second one. So there is that benefit. Anyways, you guys, I just want to show that to you. And those of you guys that have picked up Kevin's upgrade kit, and others of you that might be thinking of doing it, what it takes to put this kit in. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, subscribing. All your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes, I really do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.